Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, September 9th. You're looking at the last 3 days of the SPY ETF market profile here on Window Trader. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about. First and foremost, I have to say, very, very disappointing day for the bulls. Okay? The 3 days that we got forced down, we took back a lot of it yesterday. Today, we opened in the upper end. I said last night, and this morning, M, yesterday was just price going down. I wouldn't be surprised if we open up in the middle of M and then continue higher. That's exactly what we did. I had a very nice trade on my calls that I held overnight. But then what happens? We take out yesterday's high. ES has a poor high. We look above it a little bit and come back in. Now, a couple of things. Right off the bat, the hair on your neck should stand up when you look above a previous high and come in. That's number one, no doubt. However, with overlapping a higher value, when they flushed out, in fact, I said in the trading room, I said, if these buyers don't get much here, A, B, and C, I said, if we don't take out B's high and yesterday's high again, pretty soon they're going to give up. Give up is an understatement. I would be lying to you. I'd be like everybody on Twitter lying to you if I said I expected this to happen. Okay? And I'll go over my trades in a minute. I had a very good day. A very good day. I lost on one trade out of a lot, and it was a big one, but I got it all back and a lot more because of all the other trades. Now, in hindsight, I could say, why was I looking for that? Well, I'll explain it to you when I get to it. I did not expect this. Even with C's flush, D made a new low, but hey, look, we had overlap in a higher value. We traded all of M's range, which once again proves to be so important, and we traded all of M's range from the 8th. If you don't think that's important, it's one of the most important things you're ever going to learn from me. How much more important M's range is in the following days is huge. So let me get to my trades, and I'll explain what I did, why I did it. A lot to talk about. So I hope I remember them all. I write them down, but half the time I don't know what I wrote down. So we opened in balance and in value. Value went higher, overlapping a higher right away. I took a short against yesterday's high. Why did I take a short against yesterday's high? For the simple reason that these algorithms, look what the algorithms did today. They took out yesterday's high by 3 cents. They took out the 8's low by what did they take it out by? 3 cents. Think about that. You want to know that you're trading against short-term traders? 3 cents we took out the low, 3 cents we took out the high. I can't get any more exacting than that. Even though we had a triple distribution trend day down. It's not long-term players. The volume's good, but again, this is just short-term traders. And by the way, before I get to my trades, another nuance. Even though it was only 7 wide, and I like 9 wide or better, we couldn't lower the POC again. Remember the other day we couldn't lower the POC, and they forced it down, and then look what happened the next day? I am not saying that's going to happen tomorrow, because today's different in the sense that we had a trend day down as opposed to that day we did not. And that was 10 for 10 wide as opposed to 7. But it is a nuance you can't throw out the window. I'll tell you that. Now, trades. I took the short against yesterday's high because the algorithms don't want to take it out right away. You could have done it 4 times again today. I did only once, 343 puts. I played everything for tomorrow. Nice trade. Then A went down. We tape it inside of M's range. Got back to the open. I took a long, a 341 call play because we tape it very nicely on the volume when we went down. C period, I did nothing in B. B took out A's high, did nothing. C period went up, got above the opening, got below the opening. Actually took out, I apologize, we took out B's low by a tick, and I took a 30-put position. Turned out to be wrong right away, went above the opening, took another 30. So I was short 60, came back down, took most of them off right above the opening because we didn't stop the one-time framing down. That shows you how early in the day I was really still looking for us to take out yesterday's high because, look, above yesterday's high, there's nothing until the afternoon rally high, which was at 345.40. I thought we had a really good chance of getting there today. So that's why I took the put play off in C at that time. Now, it was a good trade, and I made money on all three. Then, what did I do? I'm looking. I have everything written down. You just have to bear with me. Where did I take the... Okay, so that was C period. Right. So then I was telling the room, if this comes down again in C, now I'd gotten out of my short, and I wasn't unhappy I got out of it. If this comes down, we're going to... If we take out A and B's low, if we get below B's low again, we're going to go and most likely trade M's range. Well, before I got it out of my mouth and before I could tee up shorts, that's what happened. We ripped. And we ripped hard. And I was sitting there, it's like sitting there and watching the train go by, the express train, when you're waiting for the local. Didn't get the short. Missed a gorgeous trade. What I did do, and I made money on it, and I'm not saying it's the right trade, but I didn't think, because I thought this day wasn't going to end like this, I took a long at M's low. I thought maybe that's what they wanted to do. I bought the 340 calls. It actually paid me because it went back and forth before we made new lows. So I made money on it. D period open. You know how I feel about single prints. If we don't take out the previous time frames low, I think the single prints get filled. Well, we did take out the single prints. So once we did that, once we started coming up, they were a huge set. They came back up about $1. I started shorting the 341 puts. Went up $1, shorted it, came back in, took it off. Went back up again, did it again. Very nice shorts. Now, here's where I got myself in a little bit of trouble. E period opens. We don't take out D's low. I'm like, if E period takes out D's high, those single prints are going to fill. Now, am I being a little biased at this time? Remember, you don't know. Forget about F period on. You don't know what's happening here. So forget about it. So am I being a little biased? I was. We still had overlap in a higher value, just barely, but we did. I thought the fact that we took back so much of those single prints and left 34 ticks, I really thought we would take them out D's high and fill it. So what did I take? The 341 calls. I actually went out of the money for the only time all day, so they went against me. I bought 30, and then I bought another 30 down here. Now, the ones I bought down here went right up, and I made money on them. I actually had a chance to get out of the other 30 for maybe 3 or 4 cent loss because they gave me that opportunity. But I was still, in my head, I think we're going to fill it. Well, that turned out to be wrong because then obviously F went down, G went down. I had 28 left, finally took them off. Took a pretty big loss on those 28 contracts. The good thing was I had a very good trade from last night, and I had really done well on all the other trades prior. So it did take back a bunch of my gains, but I was still up. So I was okay. And hindsight, again, is another thing. I played Innovator, and it cost me. We never took out D's high. The Innovator has the most risk, and the best reward. Well, that risk caught up to me. Okay, that's why I did that. G period. Where did I take a short? Yep, I'm just looking. Took out D's low, got short. Remember, this F low is nothing. That was the bad tick. I was looking for A's low to see if we take out the day's low. Didn't get it, but it was still a nice trade. Took a short in G. Now H period comes. I told the room, the POC now is 5 wide. I said, I think we should look for an afternoon rally high. So when it looked like H was going to pop the top, I took 338 calls because I thought we would stop the one-time framing down. I took them before we took out G's high. So again, I played Innovator, but this time I was right. It popped it. Actually, I got out of them before it popped it because it came down twice. I did it. And then actually when it popped it, I was already out of it. I was looking for an afternoon rally high, but H reversed real hard after it made its high. Never got the opportunity. I never really got close to H's high. We were 40 cents lower. I was like, maybe I comes back and takes out H's high. It never happened. We stopped, right? We came right back, took out H's low. So then the rest of the trades was shorts. Every flush down. Shorted J against the single prints, the 340s. I shorted K when it came up. Now, I really got upset at myself in K. I made a very nice trade in K initially, and then right before the time frame changed, I bought another 30 puts. I didn't like how close L opened to K's high. I thought maybe that would get taken out. As soon as L came in a little bit, I was in the money, took him out, and look what happened. So shame on me. That was great risk reward. I should have waited until K's high was taken out because the risk reward was excellent. Shame on me. But whatever, I still made money on it. And that was the last trade. I didn't do anything in M. So look, I had a very good day. Could have had a much better day if I had gotten out of those for a penny loss, and if I had the fortitude to hold on to those contracts and just ride them down, because once it opened and didn't take out K's high, it rode down pretty hard. So be it, right? You live and learn, and that's what I'm here for. I'm giving a lot of hopefully good advice and free advice to people out there. And again, this is free. My room is only $20 for the month. That's $1 a day to get this all day. Again, our room did very well today. A couple of people got hurt. The main goal of the room when you start getting these type of days is tell them, do not be long. Yes, there were a lot of times when it came down and came back up, but you should be looking for shorts in J, K, L, and M, not longs. Plain and simple. All right, destinations for tomorrow. First one will be the single prints. They start at 336.25, get filled at 337.33. K's high to G's low. Then we have the afternoon rally high, 339.60. And then the other set of single prints, 340.84, get filled at 341.20. E's high to A's low. And then we have today's high of 342.53. For the downside, we have today's low of 332.85. Then we have a weekly low of 332.01, 331.13 daily low, filling the 107-point gap at 330.06 on August 5th, 327.86 daily low, and then you should have those other lows below for the monthly gap and the other weekly gap. Now, quickly before I get to the charts, and I know this is a long video, but again, if you're learning from it, I think it's worth it, right? I really thought we had a chance to get higher today and get back to around the 345, 40 level, 346 level, which would have basically put us back, half back from the 3-day flush. The market doesn't care what Paul wants. The market's going to do what it wants to do. So I guess shame on me for being a little blinded by what I was looking for. But again, I'm not sorry I did what I did because I still think I gave you the reasons why I did them. But here's what I'm looking for tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised that we open somewhere in here and even take out these singles and possibly test the POC. Remember, just like this day, everybody's short. If we open below here tomorrow, those shorts are going to be very happy, and we will push lower, and we will take out that weekly low, and we will get to the 50-day moving average and probably test that 330 level. Okay? If we don't get open below here, and we get anything above KL or M's high, well then these weak shorts will cover, and we should at least test these single prints and possibly the POC and the afternoon rally high from today. That's what I am looking for. I think eventually we are definitely going to see that 327, 330 level way before we see the all-time high again. I do believe that. But that doesn't mean we can't go higher prior to getting them, especially if these shorts fail. All right, let's go to the charts. I know it's 14 minutes long already, this video, but again, very important day, the way it acted. Monthly, one time framing up for 5 months, so nothing's changed, but there are little nuances. We're back inside last month's range by a lot, $17 worth. More importantly, we're back inside February's range by $6. Again, it's the monthly. We're not going to know to the end of the month. Did they fail? Did they not fail? The most important thing is last month's low. If we take that out, then things are changing dramatically. Back firmly in balance, right? So buyers better get their act together. Weekly, we're down. One time framing down 2 weeks. Right now we're below last week's low of 334.87. Okay, what's the next destination? 332.01, and then the real big one, 327.73, and the gap fill here. Very big. And daily, and I failed to mention this, we had an outside day down, right? We looked above yesterday's high and closed below yesterday's low. That's bearish. So again, unless something changed drastically, if we do flush out some weak shorts early, if we get above KL&M's high and get into those single prints and then stall at the POC or afternoon rally high from today, I will absolutely look to take a short again. Because with that outside day down, that's bearish, and I think that would only be short covering if we get that. Remains to be seen, right? There's no doubt we're going to test this 50-day moving average. No doubt. So the question is it tomorrow? Is it next week? I don't know. Big week next week. Fed, option expiration, a lot going on. Spend $20 to come check out camelbacktrading.org. Even if it's for a month, you're getting a wealth of knowledge for 1 month. And I'm going to say the majority of you that join will stay for a lot more than that month. I hope you had a good day trading today. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.